What's up, my family? Welcome to Reality Files. We're keeping it real, keeping it raw today on, what I've learned along my journey thus far. And maybe you might find some of these insights impactful in your life. Let me know if you find that to be true. And hit that like button if you like this type of video. My friends, it all starts, probably the most critical starting point is aspiration, a desire to build or bring forth what is within you. And, this video is inspired by recent coaching calls and really just like reflecting on this night, on this journey over the past few years that I've embarked on. Probably the most critical, essential thing we need to begin transformation, to begin walking towards the evolution and unfoldment of ourselves, is a desire to serve, a desire to create, a desire to live a life that is deliberate, that is of your making, right? And, searching for some kind of like life's purpose is usually fruitless. It's more so in terms of, I'm here to do something great, okay? And there's greatness within you. And to build faith in that, to build aspiration, to realize that, we need to desire to live in accordance with our own nature. We need to desire to live at our potential, right? And that desire is the fuel for everything else, okay? Burning that desire, burning that flame beneath you creates more heat, right? Which leads to the manifestations. You need the heat, you need the fuel source, my friends. And that fuel source, for me, it looks like, I was out there in that cold world, that dark world, and really, really broken, really chaotic in my mind. And just knowing that everything I see around me isn't what I want. There's no way I want to work on someone else's dream my whole life. I've always been inspired, right? And it's like, having conviction in your dream, having conviction that you are here to serve something great, having conviction that the time in which we live is one of the most magnificent for souls who rise to the occasion. My aspiration is tried, is to build a new world, because I see a system that's decaying, that's falling, that's broken in so many ways. And, that has been my drum step, my drum beat that has been leading my way. And all I'm saying right here, my friends, is you need to find a burning desire to, create something, to build something. What are you here to build? What are you here to do? I fucking guarantee it's not checking people out at the grocery store, nor any of these mundane jobs, serving someone else's dreams for, trading your time, your energy, all your creative, spark of divinity for money, so that you can, eat and do what you want to do today, so that you can go trade away your inheritance tomorrow again. And it's like, nah, there's gotta be something more. So really getting clear on that, looking at yourself, realizing the knowledge of self, and, what are you inclined to do? What are your skills? What are your resources, right? What are your talents? What are your natural inclinations? What did you do as a child? My friends, we are here to learn, the knowledge of self, to realize what and who we are at the base of it all. And through that, to do that, is about faith and works. We realize who we are by moving and creating, and analyzing and refining and ever experimenting. And to do that, to have the fuel to do that mad effectively, right, is to really want it, to really want what you're about to step into, to really want your potential. Enough said there. The next biggest takeaway, my friends, is I fill my mind with gold. I've been on this journey of philosophy and personal development since I was about 15. And it started with, NLP, psychology, business books, and philosophy. I've always been an intellectual type. And, around 15, 16, I started really getting into it. And this snowballed. But at the age of 16, when I had this car right here, I made a vow to myself not to listen to music in my car. I would only listen to audiobooks. I would only listen to those things that are going to be filling my mind with gold, because I had this sense, I had this inkling that what I put in will determine what I put out. That if I fill my mind with gold, if I fill my thoughts with that, of the masters of the ancient times, of the greatest teachers on the planet today, right? That will result in something great. How can I bring forth this greatness within me? How can you bring forth the greatness within you? Know and really want something, whether it's the next step on the staircase or you have a inkling, a glimpse of what you're here to do, right? Really want something and fill your mind with gold in the pursuit of it. Filling my mind with gold is the greatest investment you could ever make in yourself, my friends. Right now, in this day and time, you have access to the masters of wisdom, the greatest sages that have ever walked the face of the earth, and the greatest teachers and mentors alive today at your fingertips, ready to speak into your ear at every moment for free, right? And people use this to watch cat videos and fill their mind with distractions and garbage and conflicting and depleting information. My friends, wherever you place your attention creates your reality. Your attention is your cosmic currency, right? And instead of just wasting time and drifting around, if I have some free moments, I listen to audiobooks, I listen to lectures. I couldn't even tell you the thousands of books. I've had masters of wisdom speaking into my ear for hours every day for years straight. And how I speak today, how I think today is the product of all of that programming, okay? Take control of your programming. Take control of the music you listen to. Fill your mind with gold. Fill your mind with gold and you'll become gold, right? Ultimately, my friends, what you think upon most, what you want in the deepest heart of hearts, is ultimately what you will become. What you will see reflected all around you. So why not place your thoughts, up there on that spiritual horizon, and ever keep your eyes turned towards the light and walk with the aspiration, to realize that dream. Fill your mind with gold. It's the greatest investment you'll ever make. The next critical component, I would say, on this journey, my friends, is relentlessness. You can't fail if you're relentless. If you just keep going and keep going and keep going, even if you don't even have the self-awareness or the wisdom to, evolve in more harmonious and aligned ways, if you're relentless, you'll get there. Be relentless. Relentlessness in the pursuit of what you're here to do, my friends. He who brings forth what is within him will save him. But he who does not bring forth what is within him will destroy him. When you die, my friends, to die with your heart lighter than a feather means to live in the fullness of life. It means to choose life. And with that in mind, ever since I was about, 16, but I had made this goal to myself that by the time I graduated high school, I wanted to have an online business going because I never wanted to work on someone else's dreams. I had too many visions, too much inspiration to waste my time doing some mundane shit. I knew that was far beneath me. And it's far beneath you. And as a result of that, I invested every ounce of my creative energy for reals into whatever I thought was most important at that time, Ended up wasting a fuck ton of energy. Ended up going down all these different tangents that seemed to just create more chaos in my life for some reason. But here's the thing, my friends. For every investment you make on your own whim, on your own will, because you want to do something, because you want to build something great, because you have this inkling, this passion to do something, every investment of energy you make in that pursuit returns to you twofold. The first one is by engaging deeply with whatever I did, whether it was, filmmaking and special effects, whether it was like, trying to start all these different online businesses and affiliate marketing, whether it was, along my early journey, I would just write, and I thought I was so clever in my philosophy. But engaging deeply in that work, my friends, it pays back to you twofold because it creates skills and resources inside of you, okay? When we don't engage with our work, when we just, half-ass our way through so that we get our paycheck, so that we trade all of our creative energy, our willpower, our inheritance, just for some, means to go indulge, go, pleasure the body and this life, it's just a transaction with no return on it. There's no return when you just trade your energy based off what someone else is telling you to do. My friends, everything you're forced to memorize in school or forced to do where your heart and your mind is not engaged in it is in fact weakening your energy body. It's weakening your astral body. But when you engage deeply with something you are curious, you are interested in, you are passionate about, you build, you grow, you accumulate power and energy and skills. If you want to walk through this life fearlessly, to gain that fearless confidence, that self-reliance, right? It is to engage with that which you have self-assigned yourself to do because you want to do it. You don't really know why, right? But you're here to do something great. And, the most immediate thing that you feel called to do is start painting or start speaking to a camera, or start writing, or start gathering people together in some kind of mastermind group. Whatever it is, my friends, no matter how small, engage with it deeply and realize that it's a twofold return. You gain skills and resources that even if Reality Files, my entire YouTube channel, was erased, right? Through the process of deeply engaging with this work and deeply engaging with people through this work, I've gained skills of articulation, of public speaking, of realizing how to see deeply into something, contemplate through it, right? And, chart out, map out a pathway out of it. I've gained skills that would provide for me no matter even if the earthly manifestation somehow fell away, because of engaging deeply with something I was passionate about. It is skills that accumulate self-reliance within me that lead to the transmutation of fear. You see, if you don't have skills because you haven't engaged deeply with what your soul has called you to do, the less skills you have, the less power you feel you have in the face of life. And the adversity of life can be great. What most people worry about? Oh, how someone else is going to think about me. I was humiliated to the deepest core of my being from this YouTube channel. I don't even want to get into that story, but it's wow, doing what I was called to do and having a desire that burned hotter than my fear of criticism led to deep humiliation. But that eventually was transmuted, was transitioned into this level of being inside myself where I fear not what my parents will think, what anyone else will think. I'm going to speak my truth. That's freedom. Freedom is realized through self-reliance, by the conquering of the animal nature within you, the one who tends towards fear, the self-pleaser. My friends, we're on a journey to realize the true will, and the true will is realized by him who thinks strongly, acts fearlessly. He still has fear, but the courage to overcome it and executes masterfully. So self-reliance is gained through the acquisition of skill, resources, and experience that you create for yourself. And on top of that, the second avenue of return on that investment into yourself is a manifestation externally that may or may not serve you so greatly. You know, I started Reality Files to, express all this research I was doing into conspiracies, and like, I had a lot of intensity and a lot of anger and a lot of feeling disillusioned by the world. And I just wanted to spit truth at ignorant ears. Like, that's literally what I started Reality Files for. I was inspired by all these other truth channels I was watching. And I had some ideas of, how I could transition that into some way that would support me financially. I had no idea. I would create a channel based on the knowledge of self, personal development, hermetics, and really just the ancient knowledge, the ancient ways in the modern day. I had no idea. I had no idea that my work right now would be the work of serving others at the deepest level, to really see and understand what is going on and put my whole heart, mind, and soul into, serving them at the highest capacity within me, to transform and transition into, greater alignment on a collective level, on an individual level. I had no idea that was down the road for me. All I knew is that, I really want to make videos, and I'm going to do it at the highest capacity I have. I'm going to give it my all, every single one. Every single video I've made, I've probably watched like 3 times, especially during the early journey. Because I was so, this level of excellence within you, to want to really do your best, to want to really show and evolve. My friends, that principle, that pillar leads to 10x the return, 10x the growth. Give it your all, no matter how small, no matter how large. I deleted my first 100 videos. But if I didn't have this pressure on myself to be like, you know what? Each one of these videos needs to be gold. I need to keep trying. I need to keep experimenting, because there's no way I can exist in this matrix. There's no way I can make my way through this world without finding a way to do it in alignment with my soul. There's no way. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get a job. I couldn't do anything. So I gave it my all. I deleted so many of those videos, never to be seen again. It's like, is that a waste of energy? All that, those hundreds of hours spent planning and learning and mapping out things, all that resistance to speaking and getting on camera, all that fear of, what happens if a friend saw this? What happens if my parents saw this? Well, you know what? My whole channel got leaked to every single person I knew. And it's like that kind of pressure on you, that kind of pressure to perform, to really want to give your best, no matter how meaningless or small the task may seem, is what leads to the cultivation of gold within you. My friends, alchemy is the process of transmutation of base metal, lead, into gold, or the noble metal, the highest purity, 100% electromagnetic conductor, gold. To become gold, my friends, it is to ever seek perfection, but always fall short. And by putting all that time and energy in, I developed a skill. I developed a character of value. To become a man of value, my friends, you must deeply engage with what the hell you want to, that is driven from your own inclination, from your own heart, the whispers of passion, the whispers of, damn, I enjoy doing this. Wow, I'm pretty good at doing this. Wow, I love serving others in this way. I love how it makes me feel, right? When I connect and I grow and I build, or I express, or I produce in this way, my friends. This leads me to the next principle, or another one. This is not mapped. Production versus consumption. The fastest way to lead a life into chaos. A lot of cognitive dissonance against despair and regret. Feeling so uncertain, feeling like you're at the whim of life, like you're a victim to it all, and there's nothing within your power you can do, to That state is created by drifting through consumption and reacting to distraction. My friends, if you could do one thing right now, cultivate a burning desire for something you want to create in your life. And produce. Give, right? Because this requires you to actually find true presence and be like, this is my will. My will. Thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know, what is your will of your higher self as if he was incarnate right here in your body? Would he want to go grab that next slice of pizza, go indulge in some, toxic relationships, maybe go waste his time at some bullshit movies or at some club playing some hypnotic, destructive, bassy beats? No, my friends. If your higher being was incarnate in your body right now, he would be fueled by the Christic need to serve what he's here to serve, to do God's work, to be a hand of the Creator. If your higher being was incarnate in your body right now, he would spread love, and he would move from a place of compassion, guided by eyes of wisdom, in a most powerful way to create the most good in the world possible. Really think about if you, escape from all the tainting and all the echoes of this world and this ego and this programming, and imagine if you just opened your eyes right now, and all the pain and all the suffering and all those things that you believe bind you down here were no longer there, or you just had the ability to move through them. If you opened your eyes in that reality right now, would you go live the fuck out of life? Now that is an aspiration to aspire to, to really thrive in vitality, to know what you do, to know how you serve, and to know where you're heading. I mean, that would be an amazing place to be. That is the goal, And to realize that, you need to just start moving on your own goddamn will. I don't know how many friends in my past life, in that old dream, I don't know how many people, less than 1% of the people I knew did things for no other reason than they fucking wanted to. This is what I enjoy doing. This is what I feel called to do. They're listening to their sixth sense. They're listening to their own intuition. They're not being told what to do or only moving out of obligation, but they're finding a sense of passion to create. That transmuted to the next level is this undying love, this undying compassion for your brothers and sisters and what you're here to do, what you're here to serve, who you're here to serve. And this undying love and compassion, an absolute sense of urgency to do that right here and now, to do what ought to be done immediately with all vigor. That's realized by first starting with, what do you enjoy doing? Go do that. Stop holding yourself back. Stop thinking all these fear and scarcity patterns. And this brings us to the next point. You can operate from a place of unwavering, infinite, God consciousness. Not God consciousness, that sounds a little bit. From a place of infinite intelligence. Success consciousness. That's a better way of putting it. Success consciousness. You can operate from that consciousness, or you can follow all the other sheep out here and operate from a place of scarcity consciousness. Now, through my coaching sessions, I've been digging deep into this one. And the fact that most people, when they align their vision for what they want to do, or what kind of lifestyle they want to create, the first priority, the first pillar they align everything else around is making more money, being more financially secure. And it's wow, if I lived my life to make money, I would be a millionaire out there on the streets of New York City right now at the school I dropped out of. If you live your life to make money, that means you are thinking from a place that feels scarcity, that feels fear about the future, that is uncertain, right? And therefore feels like he needs to trade his time, his energy, his creativity now for some more, currency to throw in the pile behind him until the day he's ready to start living. My friends, the first priority that we should align our lives to is I want to live now. What does my soul want to do? Do that. Do that fiercely. Those closest to you are dream killers, my friends. Those closest to you want you to remain like them. The further you get away, the more they'll fight. It is to have conviction in your own inner voice, your own inner guidance, your own inner wisdom, and cultivate friends, cultivate media and information streams that affirm that to you, that affirm that path, that affirm your vision, right? And to align your life, to think about the future, not in terms of, I want this much money, so that therefore I can start working on my dreams or my passion, or start serving something of value to the world, or I need to go to this school, or get these degrees. My friends, the only thing, the first pillar we should align our lives to is pursuing that which you are deeply called to do and holding to the deepest realization within you against all resistance that comes from the external and internal. If we can align our lives to that, I had it laid out for me. But I wanted to live in a way that excited me, that felt good, that was uplifting to others and was true. I can't stand lies. I can't stand bullshit. I can't stand fakery. So I need those things. Okay. So I need to figure out what the fuck I want to do in that direction. Okay. The money comes second. My friends, it's amazing. If we stop worrying about what we might need or what problems we might face in the future and living in fear, these groundless fears of shit that's probably never going to happen or situations that will never occur, we free ourselves, right? We free ourselves to see what opportunities lie before our eyes in this very fucking moment. There's so many opportunities before you. There's so many blessings just waiting for you to open up to, right? And that can only happen when we get out of the consciousness that is in the framework of, I need to make enough money so I have savings just in case, my car breaks down, or just in case, I get sick, or, it's be safe, plan, understand the knowledge of self and that you are unique. You have a unique set of needs. Me personally, I can camp and live out of my car for months at a time on a shoestring budget. And that shoestring budget fuels my drive, fuels my inspiration, because there's only one way that I'm going to change my reality. And that is through my own great work, period. There's no other way out, And it's my friends, you can go travel right now. You know how easy it is to actually travel? It's not that expensive. You could literally go get a job for 3 months, save your money, right? And start going. And just acquire these philosophies of self-reliance, needing less. If you need less, if you can fast 2 days of the week, you're okay walking, you're okay without all the frivolous, all the fluff that blocks you from truly feeling alive. Shit, you're free. You're good to go. Go live now. Acquire experiences. Stop specializing and become dynamic, and realize that your soul's calling, your great work, what you're here to do, how you're here to serve, is a dynamic masterpiece of art. It is not specialized. It is not about becoming great at one thing. It is about acquiring many different skills and areas of excellence that will one day unify into a new space, a new category, to birth your own unique soul expression. You see, creation never repeats itself. And it's not specialized, it's interconnected, it's complex, it's dynamic, right? Your story is so important. Your story is so important, my friends. If you're called to take a trip down to Peru, go check out the Mayan temples, down there in the Yucatan Peninsula. Maybe go scuba diving. My friends, start dreaming again. We've been told our whole lives that we need to go through this process A, B, and C in order to realize happiness that looks like sitting on a beach with a fucking margarita for the rest of our lives. A whole bunch of skinny, hot bitches surrounding us, like, you know, in the modern tongue. It's like, you know how fast I would get fucking boring? You know what I love to do? Be inspired and create. You know what I love to do? Like build something that's never been built before. Or maybe just remember the building I once built. It's like, God damn. My friends, dream. Stop thinking in a scarcity, you know, fear consciousness. That is like, oh, I need to make sure I get all of these ends in order before I start living, before I can even allow myself to dream. If you set a burning desire, a deep intention to travel to 3 sacred sites and do a pilgrimage 6 months from now, and you work towards that relentlessly, and you really want it, right? And you fill your mind with gold that is in alignment with that vision, right? And you remind yourself, and you do the magic and the manifestation mantras, right? And you work with self-awareness, and you work with the knowledge of self. And you give, and you follow the call of duty. Whatever is your highest calling right now, whatever you feel called to do it with all of thy might. You will manifest that trip instantaneously. And on that 3-month escapade, you're going to heal. You're going to level up. You're going to realize a greater self within you. You're going to meet allies along the way. You're going to gain experiences that are going to revolutionize your view of the world, your life, what you're here to do, and what is possible, my friends. Be bold. Live for you and realize how powerful you are. You need not do things in this linear fashion in which we've been programmed our whole life. And my friends, if you take away one thing from this video, there's a lot to take away, but in a fear consciousness, in a scarcity consciousness, without even realizing it, your entire thought patterns, your entire ability to conceive and perceive the world and think and imagine is within these tracks. You're on tracks. You have barriers and walls that you don't even realize, you don't even see, because fear is just, it's so deep inside of us that it in fact creates the maze in which we think we need to operate through. Try out this for a second. Stop the overthinking. Stop all the doubting and the fearing of your fucking power and realize, or maybe just try out, have a little faith that you are the supreme being. You are a supreme being here to realize your supremacy over the earth, over the matter. Okay? What would that supreme being, what would it look like to approach and move through your business boldly, fearlessly? What would it look like, you know, to be like absurd? To be absolutely absurd. Really think about this, you know? It's like, instead of thinking about me and myself and what I need and what I want, it's kind of transitioning into the final point, my friends. No matter where you are in life, my friends, the most powerful realization you can come to is in a state of peace inside of you. After you've gotten out all the jitters and all the lusts and all the cravings and all the different shit, fears, paranoias, and programmings of your ego and the taints of this world. Sometimes this happens at night. Other people who have more self-realization can achieve this state once in a while, a state of deep peace, of well-being, of interconnectedness. In that state, bring your mind into your heart and really feel what it means to lift someone else up, to share love, to reach your hand out, you know, and help someone else up that ladder. My friends, if you want a master key of master keys, stop thinking about you. And this might be really hard to do if you're really hurting and you feel like, wow, I got so much to do. I'm so fucked up, and you know, it's like all these different wars going on inside of me. If you want to transcend all of that shit instantaneously, put your mind into your heart, create a state of well-being, and then ask yourself a simple question. What is the most good I can create in the world right now? What is the most love I can spread? What is the highest upliftment I can offer to someone else and really feel from their perspective? No matter how small or minuscule you may feel, my friends, getting into that consciousness allows you to move, like literally transcend all the levels right to Jedi Master and move in the Tao. You see, all the different resistances and diseases and all this shit comes from friction, from forcing ourselves. Forcing ourselves comes from a disalignment, a misalignment between the conscious mind and what this conscious driver wants to do, and what the subconscious mind is on a unending crash course towards. So if there's disharmony between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, that means the mind and the heart are disconnected. That means your mind and your body are disconnected. Therefore, you will be at war with yourself every step of the way. And in that war, you will burn out. Disease will fester in the body. You will further lose yourself because you will move on restlessness. And most of all, you will lose presence. Therefore, you will lose your will. Therefore, you will lose your capacity to move powerfully towards a manifestation, a creation into this world, because less of you is here. My friends, get present, get still, get peaceful. Wake the being behind it all. Wake the one on the fourth plane, who's not the mind and the thoughts, who's not the feelings and the emotions, and is not the fucking body. Realize the one who is observing it all, the still awareness behind it. Sit in there. Cultivate a sense of peace and well-being that is connected to all living things around you, right? And put your mind into your heart and move embodied, okay? Ask yourself, what is my highest duty right now? And let me do that. Overthinking, resistance, all these things exist only in the mind. And if you're feeling blocked towards stepping towards your dream, go to the subconscious programming. Start really programming. Start self-affirming things. Start filling your mind with the right information and the right gold. Let things that are blocking harmony fall from your life, right? All these different things we carry, all these traumas, right? Look into self-hypnosis, look into NLP. But so much could be said here. Essentially, my friends, work to create harmony in the being and a sense of ease and contentment right here and now. That's one pull. The other pull is realizing, wow, this is my aspiration. This is the potential that, I'm embarrassed to share with people because it is so great. This is my potential. To aspire to that and ask yourself to invoke courage, to invoke energy, to invoke the virtues and be like, what is my duty right now? What am I asked to do? What have I self-assigned myself to do in order to realize that dream? Create well-being and peace inside the body. Aspire for your potential, your ability to bring forth and make change in this world, to connect others and to build a new living system outside of the old. And then put your mind in your heart and move with quiet thoughts, a soft mind, a gentle gait, a graceful presence, right? And move with all of thy might. My friends, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I offer really powerful coaching. No, it didn't. So yeah, if you want to work with me, go click that link. I would love to chat with you. There's a free consultation available there. Also, my friends, we have webinars coming up on the esoteric anatomy, and I want to start a weekly class webinar for premium members who want to be in a conscious creator mastermind. And this conscious creator mastermind will be part class, part counsel. So let me know if you like these ideas. Links in the description for all of this. And really, my friends, I really appreciate it when you share this value, share this information, hit that like button, and drop a comment with your thoughts. All those things really help pay it forward and pay it back to me. They help this video be found. And this is Reality Files, my friends. Right now, we're working on a deeply internal and personal level. But one day, I see all these powerful souls out here aligning, coming together, transmuting, and overcoming themselves to one day unite in a tribe outside of the lines that the society has defined. My friends, aspire. Create a character, a being, an individual of value. Learn to allow the spirit to move in the flesh, and live fearlessly, my friends. Be relentless in the pursuit of your highest calling. This is Reality Files. We keep it real. Let me know what you thought of this video. I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to support my work, I'm deeply grateful to everyone who does support my work. This is what allows me to keep going, to keep growing, to keep building, and keep uplifting others. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to motivate. And I'm here to share the knowledge of self. If you want to support this kind of message, go check out my Patreon. I got a whole bunch of exclusive series over there, going from conscious creator, conscious entrepreneurship, esoteric anatomy, energy work, you name it. So, blessings, my friends. May the spirit be with you, and may peace be with you.